everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my April favorites, all the products I've really been loving throughout the month of April. And I have a few good things, some of which you've seen in my Sephora VIB sale haul video, which I will link above and below. And some products I don't think I've ever spoken about before, but yeah, this is a pretty self-explanatory video. I hope your May is going great so far. Yeah, I'm gonna use this time to talk to you about all the products I've been loving and why I love them. And if you want to see those things, don't forget to please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you know when I post, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. So first things first, I have two glosses I want to talk about. This one, honestly, I've been meaning to include in my favorites videos for about 2 to 3 months now, and honestly, I just feel like I haven't gotten the chance to because it's always just been in my purse. But this is the ColourPop and Mulan collaboration. The lettering is completely gone because I've used this so much. This is the Luxe lip gloss in the shade Phoenix. The Mulan collection with ColourPop came out about over a year ago. I think March 2020 was when it was first brought to market. But I love this gloss for so many reasons. First of all, I love the size, I love the color, I love this shade because it's a really... Sorry, it's a truck going by outside. But I love this color because it's a nice like champagne kind of gold. It does have a lot of reflect in it, so it makes your lips look sparkly and nice. But the reason why I love this formula in particular for on the go is because you can see it's a pretty thick formula, which honestly wasn't my favorite at first. But because it is so thick and sticky, I love this doe foot applicator. It just stays on your lips for so long. Like this is probably, no, not probably, this is definitely my longest wearing gloss ever. You can see how beautiful and shiny and reflective that is. And when you're on the go, especially under a mask, your lips can dry out pretty easily. And even though this is really sticky, I don't find that it really like interferes with my mask. Like I can still put a mask on top and it's fine. But I personally love this because I don't have to reapply like a lip balm every 2 seconds. Like this will honestly last me hours, even with drinking and eating. So I really do appreciate that about this, especially when you want to put it in your bag and just be on the go. And also, this smells like Fruity Pebbles. Like the scent alone, it should be enough. Well, not should be enough, but honestly, it's such a big part of the reason why I love this. The formula, the scent, the color, how compact it is all so amazing. And I definitely recommend it if you're looking for a gloss to bring on the go that's sticky, but in the best way, and it's super long wearing and very moisturizing. I don't know if they have this one in stock anymore, but I know ColourPop has come out with a bunch of other Luxe lip glosses. Like you can find it on their website or Ulta. So if you can't snag this color, definitely check out another color in this formula because I think it's amazing. The second gloss that I've also been wearing every single day, and I've also thrown this into my purse, but I also use this like at my vanity after I'm done applying makeup. Honestly, I've been wearing this pretty much every single day that I've been wearing makeup. It's a gloss I have on my lips right now, and it's what I was wearing also, or what I tried on in my Sephora VIB sale haul video. But this is the Makeup by Mario Pro Volume Lip Gloss in the shade Golden Nude. I think he has like 3 shades. I picked up Golden Nude. First of all, I love this packaging. I love how like sleek it is. I know it looks like nothing special, but there's something really nice about the square, the white cap, and the rectangular component that I truly really love. And this is such a beautiful gloss because it just sparkles on your lips. It's what I'm wearing on my lips right now, but it's like the opposite kind of formula as the ColourPop one. This is more serum-y, more balmy, more comfortable, if you will. And when I say comfortable, it's not that this one isn't comfortable. It's just this isn't as sticky. It's not tacky and really thick. It just kind of feels like a nice like serum on your lips, but it still does maintain a decent amount of tack so it stays on for a relatively long time. And I love the applicator. It's very unique. You can see it's got like that kind of bent doe foot. And when I swatch it next to this one, you can obviously, this has more color. It's not an opaque lip gloss by any means, but it is one of those ones that you can by all means throw onto your lips with nothing underneath and it'll still give you a little bit of something. You can see how they're both extremely reflective and shiny. This one obviously is a little bit thinner in formula and this one is thicker, but honestly, so comfortable. Like honestly, one of the most comfortable, why do I keep saying honestly in this video? One of the most comfortable glosses that I own in my entire collection, seriously. And it's a beautiful color. It's like a peach with like a bunch of golden shimmering reflex in it. Stunning, flattering on top of so many lipsticks or lip liners. This is truly a great gloss and the only Makeup by Mario product I actually currently own, but I would be interested in checking out more of his products. Okay, let's just round out the lip items. And I might be going a little bit out of order here, but I definitely did want to mention the Morphe Sweet Tea lip liner. It's also what I applied in that video, but this has been my go-to combination. Sweet Tea lip liner is such a good lip color. And I know in my initial video I had mentioned, I thought it was like, oh, it's a little bit too brown for me, or more brown than I was expecting. I knew I wanted a brown nude, but I had felt that it was a little bit too brown to be like an everyday neutral. But since then, I've tried this with so many different lipsticks and liquid lipsticks and lip glosses, and it truly is that beautiful neutral brown. Above anything else, I do love the formula. It is a wooden pencil that you will have to sharpen, but it glides on so easily. You get one swipe of full pigmented color. It's so easy to go along your lip line, to overdraw anything. It's a very forgiving formula, and it stays in place all day. It's creamy and long wearing. It honestly kind of reminds me of the MAC lip liners, but in formula and in size, actually, because this lip liner, I will say, probably the con about this is how big it is, but it's also a good thing. I'm just saying it's a con because it doesn't really fit as readily in my drawers as like my other lip liners do. But obviously the bigger it is, the more product you get, which is great. This is just one that you will have to sharpen, but I honestly feel like I gravitate more towards a wooden lip liner these days. I don't know why. It's just kind of like my thing. Today I'm wearing it with the ColourPop Ultra Blotted Lip in the shade Wish. This is an old collaboration with, I think, like Make-A-Wish, ColourPop and Delilah benefiting Make-A-Wish. And then I just applied the Makeup by Mario gloss on top. And I think it's such a beautiful combination. You can fill in your entire lips with this, and it's beautiful. You can just outline your lips. This is a great, great lip liner. And if you don't necessarily love brown nudes, check out their other shades because I think this formula is great. Okay, let's move on to blush. This is not the blush I'm wearing on my face today, but I do want to give this a shout out. This is the Flower Beauty Blush Balm Color Drops for Cheeks. And they have a bunch of different shades, but I picked up the shade Nectar. I really do like this packaging because it is one of the squeezy tubes. And you will see as I squeeze this, let me do it on this hand, a little bit goes such a long way. You do one, literally, that's it. And you can do like one and just blend it out with your fingers or with a brush. But honestly, it's such a beautiful shade. Like, look how pretty and peachy that is. Like, the most beautiful shade for spring and summer. Honestly, it is outstanding. And what I love about this formula is that it is very creamy, but it does dry down very, very nicely. It's not necessarily like my Rare Beauty matte liquid blushes that are truly like matte and very like thin. This is definitely more of a creamy serum-y formula. It's not really matte, but it dries down to a matte finish, if that makes sense. Obviously, if you set it with powder and stuff. But honestly, I've worn this on days where I don't set it. It's decently fine. But if you are going to wear it out, obviously under a mask or out in the sun, and if you have oily skin like me, this is something that I would set. But when I have it, it's just been around like the house, like day to day, because I wanted a little bit of flush for something. But yeah, it's so beautiful. You can definitely sheer it out as much as you want. And you can see it's already pretty much like dried down to a nice kind of like sheen. But on the cheeks, it just gives your face so much life. A little bit goes such a long way. You can apply it directly with your fingers, as I mentioned, on your skin. Or what I've done too is I'll take like a brush, like a dense synthetic brush, put a little bit like on here and just kind of like tap it on like this, kind of like how I apply my Rare Beauty blushes, and just tap it in and buff it in. And these are really, really easy to blend, but just be careful. Do not squeeze out more than, honestly, like, what is a good size? Not a dime, that's way too much. Like, squeeze out just like a little tiny bit like I showed you on my hand. And honestly, you can do that on both cheeks, or you build it up more depending on how much you want. But that is enough. Honestly, it is truly so high impact, but it gives you the most beautiful color. And you can see kind of how sheeny and like beautiful and just makes your skin look. I don't know how to explain it, but I want to try all the different kinds of cream blush, which is crazy because I have oily skin, but I'm into that look, you guys. I'm into it. Okay, I have to mention probably my number one product of the entire month, and that is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. I got it in the shade medium 10N, but honestly, I could have gone a shade deeper now that I am getting more tan in the summertime. But what I love about this is you can mix it with anything. Today, I mixed it with my Born This Way foundation by Too Faced. When I was in LA, I mixed it a lot with my Hailey's Beauty Reset Matte Liquid Foundation. Probably my favorite combo is the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream, because these are both kind of like complexion enhancers, except this one is very full coverage. And this is a very warm undertone, and this is very neutral. So together, they were like absolutely perfect. This was honestly like my dream cocktail. But I don't know, I love the packaging, I love the feeling. It's what I have on my skin today, as I mentioned, and even though I did mix it today, there have been several times where I've worn this just on my own, not even applying it with a brush or a sponge or anything like that, really using the warmth of my fingertips to blend it in. And honestly, you can use it in so many different ways, apply it in all of those ways, and it looks beautiful. Obviously, it's a tinted moisturizer, so it's not going to give you full coverage, but this gives you just enough, honestly. And even though I have oily skin, if you use a setting powder, if you use a nice primer, it wears beautifully on your skin. I've worn this without a mattifying primer and I still thought it looked really, really nice. It doesn't really break down on my skin as much as I thought a product like this would, because it is so hydrating and has that coconut water and has that hyaluronic acid and geared towards dry skin. It's a really versatile product. There's something about this packaging that makes me feel really happy. Like, I'll pump out like one little thing. I'll honestly just do 2 pumps, 1 or 2 pumps, and you can see it gives you pretty good coverage. Like, obviously I mentioned it's not a foundation, but look, if I take this on top of the blush, you can see it's covering the blush really decently. It's meant to be truly a tinted moisturizer, but if you're looking for something that's on the go, or something that you want a little bit of coverage here and there, something that can kind of double as your moisturizer but give you a little bit of color as well, this is such a good product, and it's very affordable. I got mine at Ulta for like $14. You get 1.45 fluid ounces. Okie dokie, let's talk about a mascara that I've truly been loving. This is the Damn Girl mascara by Too Faced. You guys know, if you've been watching my channel, that the Too Faced Better Than Sex is among my top favorite mascaras of all time, like top 3. And when I got this in a BoxyCharm, I was very intrigued because I had heard a lot about this. I had heard it's just kind of like the Better Than Sex mascara on steroids. You can see the brush is that same kind of like hourglass shape as the Better Than Sex, but it's way fatter, way more intense, and this is definitely more dramatic. It's the mascara I'm wearing on my eyelashes right now, and you can see they've got a ton of volume. Like, it's very black, it's very, very dramatic, and even though I have hooded eyes, I don't feel like this really gets on my eyelids as much. It's not as messy as I thought it would be with an applicator that big and with a formula this wet. I mean, it's not super duper wet, it's like a nice in between. It is a very black, thick formula. So if you're someone who's into that kind of natural haired, like thicker hourglass brush for mascara, try this out. I know some people are more into like the thin plastic combs. I have wands that are both. Like, you can see how the Tarteist one is just like a thin plastic bristle, as opposed to this Damn Girl mascara. But honestly, I think they both are great. It depends on what you want. This isn't gonna do necessarily a great job at separating your lashes. It's just gonna give them a lot of volume, a lot of drama, and it's a really, really beautiful mascara. If you're a fan of Better Than Sex, try this out. Okay, I have 2 products that kind of go hand in hand, but first I want to mention this. I've been using this so much, I'm sorry, it's like dirty. This is the Real Techniques Angled Kabuki brush. It's also something I hauled in my Ulta and Sephora haul, and when I tried that out for the first time in that video, I was so impressed. I told you guys, I was like, this feels so soft, and since then I've applied this with so many different things. But it's a really, really great body brush that you can use all over your body, on your arms, on your décolleté, on your stomach, on your legs, and you could honestly probably even use this for your face as well, but I just think it's a little bit too big. I think this is great at applying body oils, and it feels really nice in your hand. I love that it's angled so it gets into, you know, the crevices of your body. The bristles are very dense, so it distributes the product very easily. You don't really get streaks when you apply your body products with this. So for that, I love this, and I love how good it feels in your hand. Like, it's a nice little handle. I don't know, I can't really say that much more about this if you're looking for a good body brush, because I know this time of year we're into the body glows and the body shimmers. This is a really good one. I think it was like $10 and I picked mine up at Ulta. I don't know if I've spoken about this before, but I want to give it another shout out because I've been using this so much recently this past month. This is the Soul Body Oil. This is the Glow Oil. I have the Shimmering Dry Oil, but honestly I feel like I like this one more. This one has more color and pigment than the Shimmering Dry Oil, even though both come in a variety of shades. I have the shade Soul Golden, and this is really beautiful. It really looks like melted, like golden lava. It looks like a melted penny. It's not super duper intense like on your skin. Like, the color doesn't really like come through too much, but as you can see, it's what I applied here, and you can see like the color there. One pump does such a good job at just kind of like giving your body the glow and the shimmer that it needs. It looks very healthy, very hydrated. You can wear it to the beach, to the pool, for a night out, in photos. It makes your skin look so glistening, but not too sparkly like the Shimmering Dry Oil. That one's definitely more glittery and sparkly. This one's just more of like an overall kind of like golden glow. Like, you just kind of look wet and healthy and hydrated and like dewy. with a little bit of color. That's how I would best describe this. And I love this one, and I love this size because I can travel with this. It's what I took with me to Miami a couple months ago. So yeah, I just wanted to mention this because I feel like I've really been using it more so now that I've been getting more sun and more tan. I have 2 more products. I really need to give a mention to Gucci Guilty. This is a perfume that I got, I think like a month ago. Oh my god, this reminds me of like a first date. I know Kathleen Lights loves this perfume, and she talked about how this perfume really reminds you of like a first date. It's like a very sexy perfume. I know I spoke about the Only One last month, and I love that one. I feel like that one's more of like a night out perfume, and this is like a first date perfume. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It smells so good though. I will leave the notes on the screen so you can see. It's better than me just being like, oh my god, it's so good. It's very feminine without being sweet, if that makes sense. It's sexy and feminine. It's not like old lady at all. It's very sensual. It kind of reminds me of a nighttime version of Dior J'adore, which I have is over there. And I am going to do a perfume collection video. I'm waiting to get a few more before I do that video, but don't worry, that video is coming soon. But yeah, leave me your favorite perfume down below because I would love to know. Okay, last but not least, I have to talk about this. And I know I mentioned that the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer is probably my favorite product of the month, but this, I kind of lied. I think this one is because I've been using this so much. This is the Revlon, this is like the wave curler thing. You see my hair wavy in a few recent videos, and that's because of this. It's so good. I wanted a 1.25 barrel because I have a 1-inch barrel. I have like a true like bed head, like wave crimper, but I wanted to be able to curl my hair where it didn't look so tightly wound like you would get in a 1-inch curl. I wanted something more messy, more just kind of like free to make it look like that freshly rolled out of bed, like curled hair look. And that is what I achieve with this guy right here. It's so easy to use. I feel like honestly this past couple months was when I actually learned how to curl my hair properly, because honestly I could never do it and it would always look like a hot mess. I would do it like this instead of like this, and I didn't understand why my curls were turning out that way. I got lip gloss in my hair, my lip gloss, sorry. It's so easy to do. It honestly takes me like 10 minutes, and I have a lot of hair. I have a lot of hair. I've always had very thick hair my entire life. I got mine, I think on Amazon or Target or one of those websites. Very inexpensive. It's just an on and off. It has a clamp. You don't even have to use a clamp, but I honestly always do. I definitely recommend this if you're looking for a 1.25 inch because this is such a nice kind of like in between. You can definitely make it as relaxed as you want. I always comb through my hair when I'm done, and I think it looks chef's kiss. I mean, I don't think I do that great of a job curling my hair, but for an amateur, I think it's very easy to use and very user-friendly, and I love the results every time I use it. All right, everybody, and that was it for my April favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed this rundown of all the products I was loving throughout the month of April. Please leave me your comments down below with what you have been loving in the month of April and what I should check out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, please, if you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Mwah. Bye!